Hi, Scott here again. We're going to do another test of the Rabaconda street tire changer. This time we're going to do a Grand Touring tire from my Concours 14, which is a 190/55/17. There's been a lot of interest in this, so looking forward to seeing how the tire changer holds up and how well it does with changing a heavy tire like this. I didn't go into the setup of the actual changer because I did that in a previous video, so let's just jump right to it. So in this case, the axle on this is a little bit smaller diameter than the previous touring bike that I did, and so we use the smaller one with the adapter in there to get it all locked in place, and we make sure that our magnetic pads on the back are in place so that they're making contact and hold the brake disc away from the unit. Now we're going to flip this over. We're going to loosen this to find our height adjustment for braking the bead. Should be about there. No, a little bit too low. Dial that up. Just a little bit. And let's see if we can crack a bead on the touring tire. Just like that. Rotate it around. Push, push. There is side one. We'll pull that out. Back in the middle. And there's side two. Alright, so now we've broken our bead, and I've flipped the wheel over so that the brake is in and out of the way so I don't damage it when I'm removing the tire from the rim. I'm just going to take a quick note here that the direction is pointing this way when I go to put the other tire back on. Make sure I'm doing the same thing. I've got my center plug in there, and I want to make sure that I'm pushing this into that center channel to give myself a bit of clearance. Next step is the locking pin, which I'm going to feed through here into the bottom. Turn that, make sure that I'm making contact. That's going to hold my wheel in place while I'm doing this. Now I'm going to take my duck head attachment and position this at the sorry, this one starts at 12 o'clock to take it off, 6 o'clock to put it on. So position this back in here. Right on the rim. Lock that in place. Grab my tire iron. Hook it under there. Let's make sure this is pushed in there all the way around. Otherwise I'm never going to move that. Popping up here. That right in there. There we go. over top. Take that out of there. And let's give this a shot. That is pretty stiff. But little perseverance. And off it goes. Bring that back around to the top. Pull the other side around. Let's hook under the bead there. Lock underneath. Back in. Off we go. Okay, back after a brief hiatus to recharge the camera battery. So now we're going to see if we can mount up our very new and very stiff and rigid Dunlop RoadSmart IV tire here in a 190/55/17 size, as I mentioned. So off we go. We're going to start with making sure that we've got our rotation correct, which is this way as we checked before, so we're good there. Next, I'm going to throw some of this tire lube on the inside bead. Let's put it on there fairly liberally. Get a good slick path there. We won't bother doing the outside bead yet because it'll probably dry before we get there. So this is a water-based lube, so basically it's just going to dry and evaporate off anyway, so it won't be too bad. There we go. Let's clean this stuff off my hand. And we're going to position this guy over the unit here. Grab our arm and very awkwardly again, as you can tell, this is my second time using this thing, so I'm still a novice at it, but we will get there eventually. Hold on here. This is where you could probably use a second hand, but there we go. Let's get that in there. And I am backwards. Hold on a sec. Yeah, it wants to go that way, which means I need to go this way. That would explain things. Push that over top. I'm just making this look way harder than it needs to be. There we go. That's what I need to do. Get that locking in. Crank that around. After a bit of awkward fumbling, on it goes. Alright, after struggling with this for a little bit, I realized that it was my mistake, pilot error. I was starting at the bottom instead of the top for the mount, so unfortunately the backside worked, but the front I was struggling with a bit. So make sure you're mounting from 12 o'clock position, not 6 o'clock like I did for the other side. So now I'm going to reapply my lubricant One of these days I'll actually get a brush to do this with, instead of getting it all over my hands. There we go. We'll take our tire and get it pushed in there to start. Make sure that it's inside here, outside the duck head there, and now we will just start going and see if it'll bite. You're keeping the tire down into that well in the middle, but look at that. Amazing how well it works when you do it correctly. So, will it mount a sport touring tire, heavy touring tire? Yes, absolutely it will. So, we got the proof there, and next I will be removing this from here, getting the air into it and balance it, but you don't need to see the video of that because there's lots of people who've already got those. So that's the end of this one. Yes, it will mount, and thank you for watching.